Hi, I'm Stephanie Jaworski of joybaking.com. Today we're going to make crispy chocolate chip cookies, and this is what they look like. As you can see, really large cookie. They're really thin, which gives them a really nice crisp texture, and they're buttery, and they're sweet, and they're full of chocolate chips. So, the first thing that you will need to do is preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 180 degrees Celsius. And then you will need 2 baking sheets. I've lined mine with parchment paper, but you could just lightly butter them or spray them with one of those non-stick sprays. So, to make our batter, if you have a stand mixer like I have here, use your paddle attachment. You could use a hand mixer, or really you could just use a large bowl with either a wooden spoon or, a spatula. The first thing that you will need to do, first, I'm only making, this recipe makes 9 of these really large. They're almost 5 inches in diameter, which is about 12 centimeters. So if you would want more cookies, then just double this recipe, which means just double every ingredient. So the first thing that we will need is a half a cup, which is 113 grams of butter. Have your butter at room temperature. Now I'm using unsalted. I like the flavor, and 2, I like to control the salt, because when you buy salted butter, every brand can have a different amount of salt, so I like to control that. But if you have a brand of salted butter that you really like, then just go ahead and use that. And I would just leave out the salt that's called for in the recipe. So the butter, and then I'm adding a half a cup, 100 grams of granulated white sugar. Now I know mine looks tan in color because it's organic, but either one you could use. So just put that right in there. And then I'm adding a quarter of a cup, 55 grams of light brown sugar. If you're not weighing your ingredients, which, I always say, weigh your ingredients. But if you're using a measuring cup, just kind of pat your brown sugar down. Now, this recipe, I do have another chocolate chip cookie recipe on the joybaking.com website or our YouTube channel. And the difference between, there's a couple differences. One, this one's going to be thin and crispy, where the other one is just crispy around the edges and soft in the center. And one of the ways that you get a crispy texture of your cookie is to use more white sugar than brown sugar. My other recipe uses an equal amount of white and brown. So you will notice if you kind of compare recipes that this one I'm using double the amount of white to brown, and that helps give that crisp texture. Another difference with this one as opposed to my other one is I'm not adding vanilla extract. I started buying cookies, chocolate chip cookies at bakeries, and I noticed they don't use vanilla, and I thought, I'm going to try that, and I like it. But, some people, if you want to use vanilla extract, you could add a half a teaspoon, 2 grams of pure vanilla extract. But you know what? With the price of vanilla, you might want to try this way, because they're really good. So now I'm going to beat this just until everything's mixed together and it's a little fluffy, just on medium speed. I don't want to get too much air into this. Okay. And whenever you're making any batter, periodically stop and scrape down the sides and the bottom of your bowl, especially the bottom. You want to make sure everything gets mixed together. So that's kind of what it looks like. A little fluffy. Next, we're going to add 1 large egg. Large egg out of the shell is 50 grams. And have your egg at room temperature. And I'm just going to beat that in, medium speed. Okay, so now for our flour, in a separate bowl I have 1 cup, which is 130 grams of all-purpose flour, plain flour. To that I'm adding a half a teaspoon, 2 grams of baking soda. Baking soda is also, like, for leavening, gives us a little rise to our cookies, but it also helps with the crisp edges of our cookie. So good. And then I'm adding a half a teaspoon, 2 grams. I'm using a fine kosher salt. If you were going to use like a table salt, I would maybe use a quarter of a teaspoon, just 1 gram. But either one. And just mix that in. I'm just using a whisk. You could just use your finger or a fork. And we, of course, chocolate chip cookies. You will need 3/4 of a cup, which is 135 grams of chocolate chips. I'm using actually towards the bittersweet. I think it's 62% is the cocoa content of my chocolate chips. But you could use semi-sweet, bittersweet. You could kind of use a combo of that. You could, you know, milk or white, but we will stick to the dark. So I'm just going to add the flour right in there and chocolate chips. And I'm just going to beat that on low speed just until everything's mixed together. Okay, we're done. That's what I love about chocolate chip cookies. When my kids were young, you know, they would come home from school or something, want cookies. You can make this in no time. So, let's take this off. The batter is quite soft because we want these cookies to spread. And if the batter's nice and soft, they will tend to spread more. And the other way you can get your cookies to spread, like in my other chocolate chip cookie recipe, I use a cookie scoop, and when I scoop the batter out, I really compact it. And that way, when I put them on the cookie sheet, because the batter's so compacted, they don't spread during baking. This time, while I am going to use my ice cream scoop or cookie scoop, I'm not going to compact the batter because I want it nice and light so that they will spread out. So that's kind of the difference in the texture. You could probably take any chocolate chip cookie, you know, recipe that you have, your favorite one. If this isn't your favorite one, which I would like it to be, but you could just change the texture of your cookie by how you form the batter and whether it's soft, or if you refrigerate your batter, that's going to make it nice firm so then the cookies won't spread as much. So it's really, you can really play with it. Good experiment with the kids. So now, we're making large cookies, so about 1/3 of a cup, which is 65 grams. I like to weigh a few reasons. One, that way I get every cookie, especially, you know, the same size. That way they bake in the same amount of time. And not only that, I find it easier. Another plug for why you should get a scale. I'm just going to make sure. Try to distribute the chocolate chips into the batter evenly, but you know, some have more than others. So I got my scale. I'm going to just use my scoop here, but see, I'm not compacting it, and see if I can get 65. A little more. See, that's why I like a scale. Okay, so once you have that, I'm only putting 3 cookies per sheet because, like I said, as you can see, they spread. And I'm just going to push them down just a little. So. Okay, so that's our 3. Now, another way the crisp texture is how long you bake the cookies. The longer you bake them, the more crisp they're going to be. And it depends too whether you want just the outside crisp and the center's a little soft, or you want that cookie crisp all the way through. So I'm going to give you a bit of a range here from 12 to 16 minutes. what will happen is they will spread, and they're going to turn a beautiful golden brown, nice dark golden brown. If you want the centers a little soft and chewy, then have them like a little lighter in color. Actually, I don't know whether you can see this in this cookie. I like mine, I'll admit, I like my centers a little soft. So you can see it's a little lighter in color than the outside. So if you want it crisp all the way through, then have it this color right the way through. So it will be a little longer baking time. So that's why I give you a bit of a range. So 12 to 16 minutes. I do rotate my baking sheet front to back halfway to get a nice even bake. So our crispy chocolate chip cookies are done. As you can see, beautiful golden brown. And okay, I did a little in the center is a little lighter in color. So just in the center, be a little chew. So like I said, if you don't want any chew, then maybe bake them like a minute longer so that they're completely golden brown. So now they're a little soft. So I'm going to let them cool on the baking sheet probably about 5 minutes, and then I will use my spatula to transfer them over to a wire rack to finish cooling. And then when we come back, we will try one. Okay, let's try one. They're still a little warm, so as they cool down to room temperature, they will get even more crisp. But I kind of like them both ways. I like them warm. I'll take one of the edges. It's really darker brown, really crisp. I don't know whether you can hear that, but it's really crispy. Oh. They're good. They're sweet, they're buttery, they're crisp. As you can see underneath. It's kind of hard to see on the top, the chocolate chips, but underneath you can see lots of chocolate chips. You could add even more to the batter. Or sometimes what I like to do is once I put the cookies on the baking sheet, I put extra chocolate chips on top of the batter. So then they tend to stay on top. But today, what I love about this, besides everything, is you can kind of play with it. Like I've said, if you keep the batter quite soft when you don't compact it and put it on the baking sheet, they will spread out. The baking time really affects how crisp they are. Some people like their cookies like this, crisp. Some people like them underbaked and very soft. So really the baking time, you can really play with that and adjust them how you want it. And like I said, the other thing with why these are crispy is because we used a little more white sugar to brown sugar. Brown sugar is soft. It'll help to make your cookies soft. So if you use more of the white, that helps with the crispness, make them crisp. And then the baking soda, also another thing, it helps to make the edges nice and crisp. So, you know, you can kind of play with this recipe and make them how your family likes them. Some want them underbaked. You make one sheet, a little less, one a little more. I love that. And as always, you know, they're at their best the day they're made. I mean, it's just a fact. But what I like about these is they do store for quite a few days at room temperature. The texture, you will notice they won't be, the texture will not be as crisp. They'll soften a little from storage, but I still love them. Cold glass of milk, hot cup of coffee, tea. It's a perfect little treat for you or your family, friends, whoever. So you've got to try this one. Until next time, I'm Stephanie Jaworski of JoyBaking.com.